I don't know, I can't see the clock, so let's just say it's 7.
What color are they?
6:59.
They look dark.
All right, we're live, sir.
We are? Okay, very good. Welcome this evening to the Village of Webster Board meeting, April 27, 2023. Would you stand with me, please, for the pledge? Now, don't come here. You're laughing at me.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Al.
Go Sal again.
All right, well, first thing I'd like to do this evening is to read a proclamation. Arbor Day. Arbor Day is coming up. In fact, it is tomorrow. And we have a proclamation. So this 27th day of April 2023, whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas the village recognizes the truth in the words of the 19th century American poet Oliver Wendell Holmes, Sr., who wrote, quote, "When we plant a tree, we are doing what we can to make our planet a more wholesome and happier dwelling place for those who come after us, if not for ourselves," unquote. And the village further hopes that this celebration will continue as an annual tradition in our community, which will help secure the benefits of trees for generations to come. And now, therefore, I, Darrell Byards, Mayor of the Village of Webster, do hereby proclaim April 28, 2023 as Arbor Day in the Village of Webster. And I urge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. I direct the Village of Webster Department of Public Works to plant trees in recognition of this Arbor Day, and I urge all citizens to plant trees as well to gladden the heart and to promote the well-being of this and future generations. In recognition of Arbor Day in the Village of Webster, dated 27th day of April 2023. Jake, you have your marching orders.
Plant trees.
Plant trees.
Will do.
We'll be like Johnny Appleseed going through the village. Okay. I believe that we have opportunity now for public comment. If anybody would like to address the board, it is now open for public comment. You may do so. And as I see that there is nobody who wants to address the board this evening, then I would close the public comment portion of the meeting and we will move to regularly scheduled board business. And the first that we have is a resolution to approve the 2023-24 fee schedule. You have that proposed fee schedule in front of you. Hopefully you've had an opportunity to look through it. There have been some changes made to it, but at this particular point you should know them. Okay? I hear a motion to approve the fee schedule.
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Trustee Alito?
Aye.
Trustee Lancy?
Aye.
Trustee Lauber?
Aye.
Mayor Byers?
Aye.
Motion passes.
I like this map, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
I did it.
Oh,
I did it.
I was gonna guess Marcia next.
Ha ha ha.
we have a resolution to approve the 2023-24 payroll chart.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Trustee Lauer,
Aye.
trustee Lancy,
Aye.
trustee Alito,
Aye.
Mayor Byers.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Next, we have a motion, or no, notifications of the tentative budget. These are modifications to the tentative budget. And not sure I'm going to read through them all.
I think we discussed them in the last meeting, didn't
Yep, we approved the first ones,
Mhm.
and the second ones
And
are
so
the
now
only
we're down
ones to
here
be approved.
to modifications to be approved for 427. First of all, AA 1210.1 to increase mayor pay to $13,040. Personnel lines affected by CSEA scale adjustment as well. Secondly, 1990.400, adjust contingency to balance the budget. Then we have lines GG 1210.100, increase in pay 1304.40, and then GG 1990.400, adjust contingency to balance the budget.
Make that motion.
You don't need one.
Oh, sorry.
Okay? Those are notification of the modifications to the tentative budget. And now, item number 4, a resolution to adopt the modified 2023-24 tentative budget for the general and sewer funds. And this modified budget is before you. Look that over. Made any changes, and I think we've been through this.
Yeah. I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
Trustee Alito,
Aye.
trustee Lauer,
Aye.
trustee Lancy, Mayor Byers.
Aye.
Motion passes.
There you go. Good job, Marcia.
Yay! A lot of hours of work in that, I'm sure. Okay, we move now to item number 5, resolution to approve minutes from March 23, 2023, and also April 13th. 2 sets of minutes to look over.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Trustee Lauer,
Aye.
trustee Alito,
Aye.
trustee Lancy, Mayor Byers.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Next, we have a resolution to approve the claims and warrants. I had an opportunity to look them over and had my questions answered by Jake.
I have to move it in my column.
Me too. No, nuts and bolts question.
Well, actually, on January 3rd, there was one bolt bought.
Can you explain that, Jake?
That must have
We
been
had
a
a
big
screw
one.
loose.
One of a kind.
I'll make that motion if it wasn't made already.
Nope, it wasn't.
I'll second.
Trustee Alito,
Aye.
trustee Lancy, trustee Lauer,
Aye.
Mayor Byers.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Next, we have a resolution to authorize Mayor Byers to sign the amended and mutually agreed upon memorandum of understanding between the Village of Webster and the Village of Webster Unit 7417 of the CSEA. And that memorandum of understanding shall serve as a document, the agreement between the Village Webster Unit 7417 and the CSEA, here referred to as the Union, and the Village of Webster, here referred to as the Village, as it relates to Appendix 1, the wage scale of the current collective bargaining agreement. And this bargaining agreement has two different wage rates, hiked before June 1, 2009, and hired after June 1st, 2009. They're looking also that they will be eliminated and replacing with a new higher wage scale. An amended wage scale for the duration of the contract period is attached here to and made part of this agreement. Current employees who follow the hired after June 1, 2009 will be moved to the current hired prior to June 1st, 2009 wage rates, and Gordon, Brandon, Butler, and Nick Brock. Dan Bortle, wastewater treatment plant operator trainee, step 8 moves to step 1 of the current hired prior to June 1, 2009 wage rates. Brandon Butilier, motor equipment operator, step 8 moves to step 6 of the current hired prior to June 1st, 2009 wage rates. And Nick Brock, motor equipment operator, step 2 moves to step 1 of the current hired prior to June 1st, 2009 wage rates. That is a resolution before the board.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Trustee Lancy?
Aye.
Trustee Abolito?
Aye.
Mayor Byers?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay. Next, we have a motion or a resolution to approve the amended general budget modifications. And you have them in front of you. It looks like we are adjusting the current budget with specific items: gross utilities tax, interest, hall rental fees, occupational licenses, building and alteration permits, a mortgage tax state aid, and revenue share state aid to the tune of $161,831. And we're moving that to debt. The AIM-related payments, county sales tax, cable TV franchise, clerk treasurer audit, professional services, gas, janitorial supplies, engineering professional services operation, maintenance of equipment or vehicles, diesel fuel operation of maintenance of equipment again, and electricity, publicity, engineering professional services, meeting, broadcast, and contingency, totaling to the tune of $161,838. And we're also at the same time looking at the sewer fund, the budget mods for this year. We're going to adjust expenditures based on year-to-date activity from contingency $12,100 to expenditures building maintenance, operation maintenance of equipment and vehicles, gasoline, lab chemicals, sludge hauling, pump repairs, electrical maintenance and repair, and chemical feed repairs to the tune of $12,100. I can have a motion to approve these budget bonds.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Lancy?
Aye.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Trustee Alito?
Aye.
Mayor Byers?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, now we have a resolution to approve surplus declarations. I believe that some of these were done at the last meeting in April, but now we, or the first meeting in April, but now we have another set here. This is quantity vehicle or equipment, and we have a trackless discharge chute for the blower. We have a power screed. What is that, Jake?
For finishing concrete.
We have a tow-behind leaf collector wagon, and there are 45 concrete forms, which we're looking to send to auction. So I have a motion to approve these for surplus.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Alito?
Aye.
Trustee Lancy?
Aye.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Mayor Byers?
Aye.
Motion passes.
We next have a resolution to authorize the superintendent of public works to attend the Monroe County Fire Marshals and Inspectors Association 2023 Educational Seminar. This will be held on Tuesday, May 16th, and Wednesday, May 17th, and Thursday, May 18th. This is at a cost to members of $250.
Why is it in Vegas?
Gosh, for $250, can I go
It's
to
actually
Vegas?
275, because I'm not a member.
$275.
That's one night's meal, right?
Oh, you are a non-member.
And I'm not a fire marshal or fire inspector either, but it's a educational seminar during the football that I normally attend to keep up the hours on my code enforcement license.
Are they separated it from football?
No, they've always done a separate one, but I had a conflict in March when football was taking place. And I started to do some online, but it's easier to have them done all at once and just go
Okay.
and get it done.
And I already prepaid it just so that he didn't miss out on this opportunity.
Yeah, I see that was tomorrow, the deadline for registration. Okay. Well, so this is a motion from the board of approval.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Trustee Alito?
Aye.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Trustee Lancy?
Aye.
Mayor Byers?
Aye.
Motion passes.
And lastly, our regular meeting business here, we have a resolution to authorize the village to purchase a 2023 Chevy Trailblazer from Chevy of Smithtown off of the Nassau County BOCES bid, which I believe saves us a bit of money, $30,494, and authorize the superintendent of public works to sign all documents necessary to facilitate the transaction. We have in front of you a very detailed look at what we are going to be getting. And I believe that this is replacing the current,
Is it- Yeah, the
Equinox?
Equinox replaced the
Equinox?
yes, the building inspector vehicle was a Ranger, Ford Ranger pickup. We sent that to auction and the Equinox came to building inspectors, and this is a backfill of the Equinox.
I'm surprised you didn't get a hybrid.
We all-
Yeah.
It's like, there was so much going to a conference.
And electric.
We added up the fuel cost.
Over 3 years, I don't know.
Gotta be forced to eventually. actually.
Yeah.
That was an auction item?
No, it's Nassau County, a few years ago, I think John got the first vehicle out of the
Oh,
Nassau
I
County
remember.
postage.
I remember that.
Bid, and it's something that's already been competitively bid, so.
It's a pretty good deal, considering I paid like 50,000 for my Bronco. Had I gotten this. There it is. I'll make that motion.
Win on me.
I'll second.
I'll second.
Okay.
Trustee Lauer,
Aye.
Mayor Byers, and Trustee Lancy. Trustee Belkey.
You even know what you just voted for? Heather got it.
At least you got
30,000.
the satin, silver, and chrome fishnet.
Nothing good,
That's
yeah.
really cool.
Corrosion rescue, $25.
Very good.
Okay,
John,
that concludes
And
old business. Don, looks like attorney is first here on our list.
I do not have anything to report on the legal front.
Nice to be done. Going in front of the town board. Town board. Okay. Then we would move to the code enforcement first. I'll look here at his report. So, Aaron?
Yep.
Was it a quiet
You're right.
month?
Quiet, well, I wasn't here part of it, so yes.
It's your third COVID one?
Yeah, this one was a doozy for me. And then I came back and then I had knee surgery. That took me out for
But
a
if you wanted to keep it private.
day, yeah.
Well,
Too late.
all right.
But yeah, there's actually, I forgot to include all the attachments in the report I sent to Heather, so I apologize. Whoever wants all the attachments for all the information back at the permits and CVOs and CFCs and everything else, let me know and I can get it to you right away.
Anything on the violations or complaints?
Yeah, that's, I literally just saw that was blank. I have the attachment for those too, so I'll forward you all those tomorrow morning.
Just forward,
Yeah,
that
yep,
would be fine, that'd be
absolutely.
great.
Because there was also something I had forgotten to add on at the end. I should have brought my glasses. Do you want me to read through these, or you guys are all set with, these are too thick for me?
They're readers.
Are they?
Yeah.
Let me try these suckers. Oh, they're not bad. Did you want me to read through all of them, or are you all set? One thing I'd forgotten to add on there was about moving the ZBA meetings to Tuesdays versus Thursdays. All the zoning board members have already said that that was good. And there's no conflict. So if that's okay with the board, we're gonna move those to Tuesdays versus Thursdays now. It won't affect the publication, we already checked on all that too.
What do I have to do for
Nothing. We just have to make a new schedule.
that? Approval?
It won't go into effect until the organization
Yeah,
meeting
not
in
until-
July.
Okay.
Right, yeah, not effective immediately, coming up for the next yearly cycle. But as you can see, we have a lot of projects going on, a lot of new stuff that's coming in, that's already gone through the zoning board. We've been extremely active with the zoning board. And unfortunately, we have a few closings for businesses that have been in the village. So obviously, we don't like seeing that. Hopefully we'll be able to get some other businesses to
Has Barry's mentioned anything about jumping
where Carl's was. No.
in? Yeah,
The
expand.
garage, yeah.
The garage
store.
Garage door.
Oh, no. They had some interest in that, but whoever rents it now is not in a hurry to clean it out.
Yeah, you know.
So they've lost opportunities already for people that wanted to go in there.
Yeah, that would have been very nice.
I'd like to see a marquee there, in
Yeah.
the garage sales store. You know,
Something
Like
like
Barry's,
that.
that'd
Oh,
get bigger.
I know,
Yeah.
but they're not.
Yeah. Um,
Too bad.
Yeah, yeah. I think they're there for quite a while, but hopefully, like I said, once they're out in some other empty spaces, they're getting filled right now too, and it'll be good.
Yeah, I see that down on my side of Main Street.
Yeah, yep.
And a couple new. So that was-
Several inquiries into the old music store there,
Yeah.
so hopefully
Oh,
we'll
good.
hopefully we'll get that filled as well, so.
When are they gonna start on Donovan Flex Park?
With them having the approval, they actually have not come in for their permits yet, which I'm very surprised about. 'Cause I told them to come and see me, get the permits, so I can get them issued for them, and they have not been in yet. So I can, I can try.
Approval from,
Yeah, yep. It took a couple months, we got everything, but they did get the full approvals and came back with everything. So they're, I mean, they're set-
Dunning Avenue is calling the court.
What's that?
Dunning Ave.
Dunning Ave, I actually have court tomorrow morning
Yeah.
with Dunning Ave. So we'll see how that court case turns out tomorrow morning. I don't know if it'll get adjourned, given time, but it's already been adjourned for, I think, 3 months, so we should have had some time. And I just checked it today, and there's been
No movement, I
no movement. I think there's actually been some stuff
There's
added
more stuff there.
to it, so.
Can you let us know, email?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. And the fines, from when I originally issued the tickets, the penalties are up to $250 per day and up to 15 days in jail per day. That's the extreme, obviously, but as I stated before, myself and the fire marshal did talk. We're gonna be doing an administrative search warrant, applying for an administrative search warrant because if the inside is a safety issue, from what it appears to be on the outside, then we gotta look out for the residents that live there as well as first responders that may have to go into the house for any reason. So we're gonna check that as well.
Good.
Um,
And I saw a moving truck on Kent Street.
Yes, I was just there 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I did talk to her, it's the daughter that lives there now, she just moved in. I did give her a stern,
Okay.
which is followed up by a letter for, I gave her 14 days to get most of the stuff out of that driveway and a full 30 days to get all of it cleaned up. So, and she knows if she does not, that, she's a nice lady, but
Still.
yeah, it's worse than what it was previously,
Yeah.
so.
Good. Yeah. It's been like that forever.
Which one?
Kent Street.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully we'll get these cleaned up and taken care of, soon.
And what's the deal with, is it Curtis Park?
Which one is
That
that?
one on Curtis Park, that's so terrible you didn't want to go into it. Was it Curtis or, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so that's really had no movement whatsoever. We keep trying to do stuff and do violations, and they literally keep selling it to all these different companies. So every time we try something, it's getting sold to a different company, and it's just, honestly, it's been a nightmare to even realize who owns it right now.
Yeah.
At first, when they told us it was getting sold again, we thought it was getting sold to an individual to either fix it up or tear it down and rebuild, but no, it was just another company.
Wow.
So now I gotta dig in to see who owns it this time. So,
Thank you.
okay. Thank you.
yep.
Clerk treasurer. Anything from the front office?
Just wanted And, yeah, that's one. And we were talking with the other villages, obviously, and a lot of the villages were talking about, MS4 stormwater, is that like locations?
Yeah.
There is a lawsuit from Roundup, and, all the villages who meet that criteria will be receiving a $17,800 check. So we haven't received ours yet, and I wanted to make sure that we didn't, do something wrong, but nothing was needed, to be done. But they said we're in the second round, so we'll actually be getting that check in a couple months.
Good.
Okay.
So just, that's all I had, I just want to let you know about that.
Think of that down.
Did you hear about that?
News to me.
The county didn't even know, Jake was, I came back and asked Jake if he had known anything, because we were like, do you know anything about this? And, even the county didn't know, so. I guess it's out of California, I'm not sure. Something to do with Roundup. Weed killer.
Okay.
So I would share that with our legal counsel, and also get checked into.
Sure. Do you want me to send you something? We just got a copy of the check.
If you get a check for $17,800,
Yeah.
just deposit it. Why do I need to see that?
You keep asking
Thank you.
questions.
Well, we hadn't received ours, and I knew that we were in MS4.
Just to make sure it's legit, you never know. A lot of-
Hey, as long as the check doesn't bounce, it's legit.
Yeah, you got
You
it.
just have to, you have a time to cash it by, and then if you don't, you're done, but. Well, and we're gonna get more than some of the other villages, because a bunch of other villages had opted out, so the second round, we're getting a little bit more.
Good.
Right, you heard it from Don himself.
I can cash it,
Cash it today.
that's all I had.
All right, Department of Public Works, Jake, you're on. And sewer.
About 45 minutes worth of stuff.
You only have 25.
This one, the sidewalk project on Kirkland Park, that's the Community Development Block Grant project from last year's approvals. Should be starting next week. Contacting the contractor tomorrow to finalize the schedule, and then we hope to tomorrow afternoon pass out and deliver some updated letters, let people know about parking and things like that. So that should be going on next week. We're also, I've just finished up the spring cleanup that we started about 4 years ago. It's become very popular. People like kind of a second chance with leaves and some yard debris. Put on the old leaf back, and so we don't mess up the new one. Go around and suck up all the leaves and that. So they've just finished that trip around the village today, and then brush pickup's going to be next week. If we get a start on, we might even try to get a little early start on that tomorrow, because there's a lot of it out there, but the full round's going to be starting next Monday. That's our normal time. We also had an interesting issue with a sanitary lateral from a home on Dunning Avenue. We camera sewer laterals for people as part of the services that the village provides. There was backup, and we went out and cameraed. You can't see underwater, so we got almost out. John was there, and we were marking them out where the lateral was, trying to give some assistance. The contractor came back out, or came out the other day, started digging about where the blockage was or how far we could get, and discovered that 2 water lines bored through the sewer lateral. So there's 2 water services, so apparently the village did Dunning Avenue, completely reconstructed Dunning Avenue about 99 or 2000, and at that time the contractor was there, bored across, and he hit it really, it was a good shot, right into luckily it was kind of towards the top of the lateral, the top of the pipe, and so it continued to flow for 24 years, but it finally, that pipe broke. So long story short, and the reason I'm sharing it is, it's really, I feel like it's not the responsibility of the homeowner, it had nothing to do with it. So it was a village issue. Unfortunately, my suspicion is if the contractor did a lot of work like this, he might not be in business anymore. The warranty is probably over anyway, after 24 years. So I think it would be something that the village has to look at reimbursing the homeowner for the cost of the contractor to make that repair. And I wish it would have, if he would have hit a few inches lower, it probably would have stopped, that year, and we could have been, still in the bond period or the warranty period, but, they hit just the top of the pipe, so, but that's something we should be getting soon, and I would make that request when we get the invoice, because I think that's a fair thing to do.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't want to steal Trustee Lauer's thunder, but we did attend, spoke at a ribbon cutting for North 43, and that was a neat event that we did, that I was able to attend last Thursday, I believe? So it was neat to see when Aaron was talking about new businesses and things coming in, it was nice to see the, 3 new businesses there, and I don't know if I'll be going to the gym very soon, but that other store in the middle, that interior store, is pretty neat. I hadn't been there before. It's neat
Which
stuff.
one's Tom's wife?
It was Embodies the gym.
Yeah.
The one on the end.
Yeah, I think I have to,
Time's going.
yeah, I think I have to do a little more exercise before I go in there. Work my way up to it. But that's it. Thanks, Jenny. Yes.
I would like to announce that we are paying a serial bond interest payment. The bond obtained in 2012, which will be made in the amount of $3,000 on May 12th, 2023. That is for bonds that were issued financing the sewer outfall, the street sweeper purchase, and the milling and paving roads and parking lots. So that will be paid on May 12th.
Your signature on that, sir.
All right. Does anyone else have anything for the good of the order?
I like that. Good of the order. Hey, Al, just so you know, I do have one thing. Al, you led the pledge and you weren't even here.
We appreciate that. You don't have to do it next time.
I said Al, because you pledged when I started. That's funny.
All right. Well, it's good to have you all in attendance and watching. And we wish you all a very good evening. And hope that the next 2 weeks until we see you again will be a good ones for you. So may I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you and good night.
Thank you.